We all need a break in life from time to time. Whether it's work, school, people, or just a general buildup, we all need some sort of a release, a way to blow off the bullshit and get back to the good shit. We all have different things that are our own forms of catharsis. Sports, or maybe acting, reading a certain type of book, or maybe listening to a specific song, or it could be a certain video game you really get into. Some folks might choose the Souls-like for the difficulty, an online game for a real challenge, horror games that really spook, or maybe it's some MMO you've spent hundreds of hours in soloing raid bosses. Video games, most of the time, at least outside of the more relaxed experiences, are pure catharsis in its rawest form. And it's kinda just up to us to pick our poison. Do you pick the one more try and I'll beat this boss catharsis? Or the white knuckle QTE S rank catharsis? The catharsis of carnage or the catharsis of chaos ripping and tearing through your enemies? Today, we're gonna talk about how Dying Light, to me at least, is hella cathartic. Catharsis is a form of mental and emotional relief through something that really gets your emotions or feelings going. And honestly, with the hustle of everyday life, we usually don't have the time to just sit back and have a good cathartic moment. And sometimes we aren't even really aware of the things we have that are cathartic to us along the way. We just do things because we like doing them. What does that mean for Dying Light, though? And what the heck is cathartic violence? Well, let me explain. In Dying Light, there are a number of things in the combat system that lend themselves to being super cathartic. A pretty robust dismemberment system, allowing you to lob off heads, arms, and heck, cleave a whole zombie in half if you want, or a person, I won't judge your preference. A really manual integration of the parkour system, allowing you to dropkick shit into infinity, or get really agile. Then throw in a healthy bout of challenge, especially on the higher difficulties, and you have the basic ingredients on why the combat system is actually a pretty creative sandbox. With decent enough guns and literal thousands of zombies to cleave your way through, 90% of the game outside of the story is gonna be you finding new ways to rip zombies up. And that's actually pretty unique. Most hyper-violent video games don't throw in too many layers of creativity into the combat system because that can kinda get in the way of the killing. But Dying Light goes balls deep on the 4D chess game you could play while fighting zombies. Of course, you can also just kinda swing away though, that works too. And I think it's because of all of this that Dying Light comes together as a perfect storm of violent catharsis. Catharsis through the mayhem you can cause in the game, and the way it's so damn satisfying. From gratuitous slow-mo to just genuinely funny moments from the kind of wacky array of options in the game. Airstrikes, electrical ball thingies, and grenades that defy gravity, to a nasty rusty pipe and a weeaboo's wet dream. That lends itself to Dying Light with the legendary level system, an excellent stream of events and new DLC to keep coming back to, and this nutty, robust combat system. It makes it a great game to end off the week with. Go off, bust some skulls, and get out any sort of bad vibes the week might have built up. Sometimes get kinda pissed at the game, but that love-hate relationship, I think, is also something that lends itself to any cathartic activity. Most of the time, due to you being emotionally invested into the vent or source of catharsis, there's gonna be a bit of everything going into your feels for it. Now, we're gonna go a little deep here, so hold on to your panties. But I think, world-wise, we really need to take care of ourselves and have a way to properly vent the buildup we inevitably get along the way. Because, think of it, globally, we're pretty repressed. Like, the typical life is to go to school, get a job so you can then go to school again, or don't and just get a double dose of education and then get a job, find a partner, and that's it. Boom, the rest of your life is gone. Now, I'm not going to say this is a bad thing. That's dumb. But I'm not going to say this normal life approach is a good thing either, because that's dumb too. But as we go through this kind of assimilated, forced life, there's gonna be build-up forced on us that we don't ask for or deserve. And there's only a few ways you can really regurgitate those bad feels back up into the world that isn't chaotic. So, whether it's getting your fitness in, acting, slaying Souls-likes, or killing a million zombies in Dying Light, find your catharsis in your life and make it a routine, a part of your weekly or monthly life. Hold on to that catharsis, and you'll thank yourself for it later.